Good evening and welcome to the news roundup for Wednesday, August 16th. Before we get into the news, please remember to like this video, share your views in the comments, and share the video with your family and friends.
Reach them! Always make sure the message reach them!
Now for the news in detail. A St. Ann woman was arrested after she was held with American banking cards at the Sanchez International Airport. Facing charges of possession of identity information and the possession of an access device is 24-year-old Selena Anderson of a Camelot Village address in Discovery Bay, St. Ann. Reports are that on Monday morning, Anderson traveled from St. Ann to the Customs Cargo Department at the Sanchez International Airport to pick up a package. Customs officers carried out a search of the package, which resulted in the discovery of 2 American bank cards hidden in the shoes. She was taken into custody and transported back to her home in St. Ann, where a search led to the discovery of several lead sheets with names, addresses, phone numbers, banking information, and credit card information of people living overseas. She was subsequently charged on Tuesday and is booked to appear in the St. James Parish Court later this week. The St. James Police seized 2 illegal firearms and several rounds of ammunition in 2 separate operations in the Flankers and the Norwood communities on Tuesday. Reports are that between the hours of 11 a.m. and 2 p.m., a joint police-military team carried out an operation in a section of the Flankers community, where several premises were searched. During the search of one premises, the team seized one Springfield 9mm handgun fitted with a magazine containing 3 live 9mm rounds. The team then moved over to Marigold Crescent in Norwood, where a search was carried out. During the search, a black bag which contained a black and silver HD 2000 9mm pistol with a magazine containing 3 live rounds were found along a fencing line. No one was arrested in connection with either seizures. The St. James Police on Wednesday seized 2 guns during operations at a retirement dump in the parish. The weapons are one Mach 11 submachine gun and a Glock 9mm pistol. The seizures were made as part of activities on the Operation Surge. No reports of an arrest was made. The St. James Police have arrested 3 people in relation to a gun seizure on Jamaica Boulevard on Monday. Reports are that about 2:15 p.m., lawmen were conducting a joint police-military operation along the roadway when they signaled the driver of a Toyota motor car to stop. The driver complied and the vehicle and its occupants were searched. The police say 2 Glock pistols were found and seized. The 3 occupants, including 2 women, were arrested. Their identities are being withheld pending further investigations. National Security Minister Dr. Haitian revealed on Monday that the Passport, Immigration and Citizenship Agency PICA has confirmed that none of the 29 adults in the group of 37 Haitians who landed on shores of the Boston Beach in Portland last month have a criminal record. Since their arrival, they have formally filed a petition seeking asylum. Chang, speaking with the media following a tour of the facility where the Haitians are being housed, said the review process is continuing. He added that the government is not anticipating an influx of Haitian migrants, as so far most of the migrants have been heading into other directions to more prosperous countries than we are. Jamaica was the target of more than 19 million attempted cyber attacks in the first semester of 2023. That is according to a global threat landscape report by cybersecurity company Fortinet. According to the report, Latin America and the Caribbean suffered more than 63 billion attempted cyber attacks in the same period. In its report, Fortinet says more than 10,000 unique exploits have been detected. An American man was killed on Tuesday after the vehicle he was driving crashed on Queens Road, Discovery Bay in St. Ann. He has been identified as 32-year-old Gerald Donato of Dallas, Texas in the United States. The Discovery Bay police say about 5:15 p.m., Donato was driving his Mazda Demio motor car from the direction of Montego Bay, St. James, when he collided with an ambulance that was traveling in the opposite direction. The police were alerted and both drivers were transported to the hospital where Donato was pronounced dead. A motorcyclist has died as a result of injuries he sustained in a crash on the Poor's Main Road in Manchester on Tuesday night. The deceased is 52-year-old Devon Stevenson, a resident of Lincoln District near Hatfield in the parish. Reports are that about 7:45 p.m., Stevens was driving a motorcycle eastwards towards Williamsfield when he collided with a Toyota Probox at the intersection of Porous Main Road and Trinity Road. The car was reportedly exiting a minor road when the crash happened. Stevenson sustained serious injuries and was rushed to hospital where he was pronounced dead. The police said that the driver of the car has been warned for prosecution. Education Minister Favour Williams is reporting a decline in the number of teachers who have tendered their resignation this year when compared with last year. Minister Williams says 427 teachers resigned between January and September this year, which is about 1.7% of teachers in the public system. When we compare that against a similar period last year, which would be January 2022 to September 2022, 1,538 teachers resigned, representing approximately 6.2% of the sector. A high-ranking fire brigade official was arrested on Wednesday morning for an offense involving an underage girl. The official was reportedly apprehended at his office by the St. James Police. He was later questioned in the presence of his attorney. It is alleged that the senior fireman's arrest stemmed from an incident in July involving a 14-year-old girl who was doing voluntary work at the fire station. Additional allegations are that the accused fireman inappropriately touched the young girl on the third day of her voluntary service. The incident was reportedly brought to the attention of members of the Jamaica Constabulary Force on the same day. A 31-year-old farmer has been charged with murder after he reportedly stabbed a man in his chest with a piece of log during a dispute in Georges Valley, St. James last Friday. Charged is Jason Jarrett, otherwise called Po Paul, of a Georges Valley address in the parish. The victim is 66-year-old Hector Woolery, a plumber of the same community. Reports from the Maroon Town Police are that about 4 p.m., Woolery and Jarrett had an argument which escalated. Woolery allegedly used a piece of log to attack Jarrett, which resulted in him stabbing Woolery in the left side of the chest. The police were summoned and Woolery was assisted to the hospital where he was pronounced dead. Jarrett was taken into custody and later charged on Tuesday, August 15, following a question and answer interview in the presence of his attorney. In business, there has been a near 2% dip in the rate of unemployment as of April, bringing the figure to 4.5%. According to the Statistical Institute of Jamaica Statin, this is the lowest in the country's history. Director General of Statin, Carol Coy, says there was an uptick in the number of people employed in April when compared with the corresponding period last year. The unemployment rate moved down for both males and females. The male unemployment rate was 3.4%, while the unemployment rate for females was 5.7%, she disclosed. In sports, double sprint Olympic champion Elaine Thompson-Hera will be taking instructions from former MVP coach Shadinki Osborne for the rest of the season. Osborne confirmed that a temporary arrangement to assist was made after the national championships in July, where Thompson-Hera qualified for the relay pool but not the individual event. Thompson-Hera switched from MVP track club coached by Stephen Francis to being coached by her husband Darren last year. In the weather forecast, Saharan dust is expected to remain across the island and much of the Caribbean for the rest of this week. As such, the Met Service is advising Jamaicans to expect hazy and drier conditions. The Met Service said it is likely to reach its peak across the island on Thursday and Friday. The Saharan air layer is an annual phenomenon that usually impacts Jamaica between June to August and December to March, reducing visibility and exacerbating respiratory challenges. Reducing or limiting your outdoor exposure, staying hydrated, and wearing a face mask are a few tips to help people who are sensitive to air pollutants. And on the entertainment scene, during a recent performance, DJ Mad Cobra gave an emotional speech that referenced the fallout from his recent arrest and legal troubles in South Carolina. He referenced his recent mugshot circulating online to emphasize his point. You see, friends, careful of people, trust no one, he warned. I can't get too deep into the conversation, cause you know it go, but I can only say to everybody inside here, so, don't trust no one. Cobra detailed how his so-called friends did not answer his calls. The DJ also chastised fair weather friends who abandon others during difficult times. When things get dark, even a shadow leave you, Cobra cautioned before abruptly exiting the stage. And that is it for your news roundup for today. We would appreciate you liking this video, leaving a comment, and sharing the video with your family and friends. Have a good evening and see you next time.